Baked chicken ricotta meatballs are a delightful twist on the classic meatball recipe, blending the lightness of ground chicken with the rich creaminess of ricotta cheese for a tender, flavorful bite. This dish is perfect for family dinners, meal prep, or even as a crowd-pleasing appetizer. Let's journey through the recipe, step by step, exploring the ingredients, preparation methods, tips for success, and serving suggestions to ensure you create the most delicious baked chicken ricotta meatballs every time. To start, gather all your ingredients. For the meatballs, you'll need ground chicken, whole milk ricotta cheese, freshly grated Parmesan cheese, breadcrumbs, an egg, garlic, fresh parsley, salt, black pepper, dried Italian herbs, and a touch of olive oil. Each component plays a crucial role. The ground chicken is the foundation, providing a lean, mild flavor that pairs beautifully with the creamy ricotta. The ricotta cheese keeps the meatballs moist and tender, preventing them from drying out in the oven. Parmesan cheese adds a nutty, savory depth, while breadcrumbs and an egg help bind everything together. Fresh parsley and garlic bring brightness and aroma, and a blend of Italian herbs lends a subtle, familiar warmth. Begin by preheating your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, ensuring even cooking and a gentle golden finish. Line a large baking sheet with parchment paper or lightly grease it with olive oil to prevent sticking and promote browning. In a large mixing bowl, combine 1 pound of ground chicken with half a cup of whole milk ricotta cheese. The ricotta should be well drained to avoid excess moisture, so if it seems watery, consider patting it dry with a paper towel or letting it sit in a fine mesh strainer for a few minutes. Add in 1/3 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese and half a cup of plain breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs can be store-bought or homemade. Panko will yield a slightly lighter texture, while regular breadcrumbs provide a classic bite. Crack 1 large egg into the bowl, then add 2 cloves of finely minced garlic for an aromatic punch. Finely chop about 1/4 cup of fresh flat-leaf parsley and sprinkle it in, followed by 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, and a teaspoon of dried Italian herbs, such as basil, oregano, and thyme. For a subtle kick, you might add a pinch of crushed red pepper flakes, though this is entirely optional. Using clean hands or a sturdy spoon, gently mix the ingredients just until combined. Be careful not to overwork the mixture, as this can make the meatballs tough. The mixture should be soft, slightly sticky, and cohesive. If it seems too wet to shape, add a bit more breadcrumbs, a tablespoon at a time, until it holds together. Now, scoop out heaping tablespoonfuls of the mixture and gently roll them between your palms to form meatballs about 1½ inches in diameter. You should end up with approximately 20 to 24 meatballs, depending on their size. Arrange them evenly on the prepared baking sheet, leaving a bit of space between each one for even browning. Drizzle or brush the tops of the meatballs lightly with olive oil. This step encourages a golden, slightly crisp exterior while keeping the inside moist and tender. Slide the tray into the preheated oven and bake for 18 to 22 minutes, or until the meatballs are firm to the touch and lightly golden on top. To ensure they're fully cooked, the internal temperature should reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit. For added color and flavor, you can switch the oven to broil for the last 2 to 3 minutes of baking. Keep a close eye on them during this step to prevent burning. Once the meatballs are done, remove them from the oven and allow them to rest for a few minutes before serving. This brief resting period helps the juices redistribute, ensuring each bite is succulent and flavorful. While the meatballs are baking, consider preparing a simple tomato sauce to serve alongside. In a saucepan, heat a tablespoon of olive oil over medium heat. Add a clove of minced garlic and sauté for 30 seconds, just until fragrant. Pour in a 24-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, season with salt, pepper, and a pinch of sugar, and simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Finish with a handful of freshly chopped basil or parsley for a burst of freshness. To serve, spoon a generous layer of tomato sauce onto a platter, nestle the baked chicken ricotta meatballs on top, and finish with a sprinkle of grated Parmesan and more fresh herbs. For a heartier meal, pair the meatballs with al dente spaghetti or creamy polenta. They're also wonderful tucked into toasted hoagie rolls with melted mozzarella for a comforting sandwich, or presented as an appetizer with toothpicks and a side of warm marinara for dipping. One of the joys of this recipe is its versatility. The mild flavor of the chicken and ricotta base allows you to experiment with different herbs and spices. Swap out parsley for fresh basil or chives, add lemon zest for brightness, or incorporate finely chopped spinach or sun-dried tomatoes for extra color and nutrition. If you prefer a gluten-free version, substitute gluten-free breadcrumbs or even rolled oats pulsed in a food processor. Meal prepping with baked chicken ricotta meatballs is a breeze. They keep well in the refrigerator for up to 4 days and can be frozen for up to 3 months. To freeze, arrange the baked and cooled meatballs on a baking sheet in a single layer and freeze until solid. Then transfer them to a zip-top bag or airtight container. Reheat gently in the oven or in simmering tomato sauce until warmed through. For those seeking a lighter option, these meatballs are delicious served over a bed of mixed greens, tossed with a lemony vinaigrette, or alongside roasted vegetables. The creamy texture and delicate flavor make them appealing to both kids and adults, and their protein-packed profile fits well into many dietary plans. Entertaining guests? These meatballs can be made bite-sized and served on cocktail picks with a variety of dipping sauces, classic marinara, basil pesto, or even a tangy yogurt sauce with lemon and dill. Their soft, savory profile pairs beautifully with crisp white wines, light reds, or sparkling beverages, making them a versatile choice for any gathering. For a Mediterranean-inspired twist, consider adding a bit of crumbled feta cheese and chopped fresh mint to the meatball mixture, and serve with a cucumber yogurt tzatziki. Or, for a touch of sweetness, fold in some finely chopped roasted red peppers and serve with a honey mustard dipping sauce. No matter how you choose to enjoy them, baked chicken ricotta meatballs offer a satisfying balance of comfort and sophistication. The combination of lean chicken and creamy ricotta creates a meatball that's both light and luscious, while baking provides a healthier alternative to frying without sacrificing flavor or texture. The secret to the best chicken ricotta meatballs lies in the quality of ingredients and a gentle hand during mixing. Freshly grated cheese, vibrant herbs, and good olive oil all make a difference. Don't be tempted to skip the ricotta. It's the key to achieving that pillowy, melt-in-your-mouth texture. And remember, the less you handle the mixture, the more tender your meatballs will be. As you take your first bite, savor the harmony of flavors, the juicy chicken, the creamy undertones of ricotta, the savory depth of parmesan, and the aromatic lift from garlic and herbs. Each element comes together to create a dish that's comforting yet refined, humble yet memorable. Baked chicken ricotta meatballs are more than just a recipe. They're an invitation to gather, to share, and to celebrate the simple pleasure of good food. Whether enjoyed on a busy weeknight or as the centerpiece of a special meal, they offer warmth, nourishment, and a touch of Italian-inspired magic to any table. So roll up your sleeves, gather your ingredients, and embrace the joy of homemade meatballs, tender, flavorful, and always made with love.